CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Honda, makers of the Accord LX four-door sedan, and by new Gillette Foamy Gel with more lubricant for the closeness and comfort you want in a shave.
Capacity crowd on hand here at Jack Murphy Stadium, anticipating the second half kickoff with the San Diego Chargers surprisingly in front of the Dallas Cowboys 17-6, and Septien will kick it off.
I don't think the Chargers are surprised that they're leading this football game, because in talking to their players in the locker room and talking to their coaching staff, Hedis Laird, and talking to him, all these guys feel that they're a lot better football team, and they were going to start proving it today.
Bruce Laird is a 12-year veteran, played with the Baltimore Colts. They picked him up here last year, and he's done a great job this year returning kickoffs.
Averaging 23-3, Frank.
Wind blows the ball off the tee.
23.3 yards a return at 33 years old. That is outstanding. You usually run out of gas back there before that time.
Cowboys have outscored their opponents in the second half 167-69. So Dallas certainly not through. That's Laird. 10-15 across the 20, 25 out to the 28-yard line. And again, it was Bill Bates who made the stop for the Cowboys as we look at the halftime statistics. Bit of an edge for Chargers there in the passing department. Dallas with a slight edge in rushing, but neither team running it well.
No, neither team running it well, but the key stat that doesn't show is the fact that the Cowboys only converted 2 out of 8 third down situations. That's 25%. That's way off their norm. That's credit goes to the Charger defense.
First and 10 for the Chargers at their 27. Luther 13 out of 22 for 192 yards, and Muncie is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Randy White, number 54, on the bottom of that pile for the Dallas Cowboys. And I imagine if Tom Landry was a man who raised his voice, he probably would have raised it at this particular halftime, don't you?
Yes, but I'm not so sure it's the fault of the Cowboys that they're behind right now. You know, Tom's sitting there right now talking to Danny about throwing the ball, I'm sure, and situations that are going to come up in the second half. It's the Chargers that played so well. Now let's see if they can keep doing that in the second half.
Second and 10 from the 27. They have not had the big pass rush thus far. They're coming this time with the blitz. He gets it away, and this time over the head of Muncie, who is being trailed by Mike Hagman over on the far sideline.
Here we have a nice shot of a young offensive tackle, number 75. See him sitting there right in the middle screen, taking on Too Tall Jones. Number 72 gets up underneath, does a nice job of pass protecting him. Andy, really a fine young man, just a second-year player. His dad's seriously ill right now in Parma, Ohio hospital, and Andy is really concerned about his dad right now, and wanted us to say that God bless him.
Parma is a suburb of Cleveland. Third and 10. Pressure this time on Luther, but he completes the pass nevertheless, and they should have enough for the first down. Charlie Joyner making the catch at the 38-yard line. Let's see where they spot it.
Here's the big thing, is the fact in the first half, they converted 58% of their third down situations. Here's a nice look at him step up in that pocket, really inside and outside coverage right there on him. Well done by the receiver. Here's Gissinger again, keeping him out. He's battling. See him just run him around to the outside. That's it. Keep him there. Keep him there. Look at Too Tall jump.
Too Tall had 2 blocked passes in the first half. That is a first down for the Chargers. Joyner just got enough for the first at the 37. Muncie, the lone setback. Luther over the middle. Joyner, 45 down to the Dallas 40. First down. 15-year veteran of the number 9 all-time
Joyner jumps
receiver.
around Dickerson. See him jump around. Now it's a zone defense. See nobody covering man-to-man. He finds the little hole. Nice time throw. Stuck it in there. Brody trying to get to him. Can't get there soon enough. First down. They're moving the ball.
Well, we got a flag. They may not move it that far. Let's see what the call is here. Cowboys are moving back, indicating that the penalty would be against them. Matt Haggerty, the referee, will let us know about it as soon as he gets it figured out here. Well, Joyner is amazing. You know, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's played now in 141 straight games.
I'll throw one at you, Frank. He has 9,585 yards receiving, which is equivalent to 5.5 miles of running pass patterns.
So illegal use of hands against the Cowboys. It'll be a first down for the Chargers at the Dallas 40.
You know, also, which is outstanding, Frank, he hasn't missed a game since 1973.
He started in the league with Houston, then went to Cincinnati, and eventually wound up out here. And he's found himself a home. That's Joyner in motion. Luther. Sideline throw to Chandler. Gets away from one man. Inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. Anthony Dickerson, number 51 of the Cowboys, wound up grabbing a lot of air.
Watch it. I bet this guy's a great dancer. Watch him. It's a little quick hitch. Watch him. Just the ball's coming to him quickly. Joyner running people out. Anthony Dickerson, 51, comes and tries to make the play. Look at him, jab. Cha-cha. There he goes. He missed him. I'll bet he's really good on the dance floor.
Pretty good moves there, I'd say. Pick up on the play of 5. It'll be second down 5 for the Chargers at the Dallas 35. This opening drive in the second half, very important to San Diego's confidence as they lead it 17-6. They've moved smartly downfield. Muncie cuts back inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line. Of course, Cowboy fans very interested in what the Redskins are doing, and right now they're doing very well for themselves as they lead the Giants in the third period 19-3. Should Washington win and Dallas lose, we'd have a tie for first place in the NFC East. And that's a game that Dick and I are looking forward to next month at Texas Stadium. Maybe the big game of the year.
On CBS, huh? Right.
Third down, 1 needed for the first down at the 32. Luther, plenty of time again, delivers. And Holohan, the tight end, inside the 20 to the 18.
Here you see the motion man coming across the formation. 3rd and 1, not normally a passing down. Now a little delayed rollout. He was at wingback position, out there in that zone. Bang, he picks it off, protects the football intelligently. First down. 3rd and 1 in the throw, and that's twice.
That's at least the second time. 13-yard pickup. First down at the 18-yard line. Now the Cowboys, have been known for coming from behind, but you wonder how deep a hole you can dig here.
Too early to tell.
Luther over the middle. Holohan, touchdown. Pete Holohan, third-year tight end from Notre Dame, and it's coming right at you.
How'd you like to play pass defense? Here he is. You're going to see him coming right at you to the right of the screen. You saw the motion man draw defenders with him. Here he is now. Here he is, right at you. Go ahead. Can you make this play? He can. All right. He beat downs one-on-one in man coverage. Here he goes. Spike it over the top. Notre Dame player, high school quarterback, the only athlete out of New York State to ever be named All-State in football and basketball.
Rolf Benirschke tacks on the extra point, and the crowd is delirious with 11:31 left to play in the third period. The Chargers have taken command, 24-6.
The Honda Accord LX 4-door sedan. It comes with a long list of standard equipment. Cruise control, air conditioning, a sophisticated stereo, a lighted mirror, power door locks and windows. The Accord LX has everything. Almost. The yacht is optional. Honda.
The clean of the Rockies, the fresh of the Rockies. Brewed the Coors way, natural and pure.
Coors to you, the clean of it, all night through, the fresh of it. Rocky Mountain Gold, you got it. the Rockies is yours.
Wednesday on Whiz Kids, Richie outsmarts a computer crook who's getting away with armed robbery. Whoa. But who gets the last laugh?
Happy time right down the San Diego bench. Young Pete Holohan, former Notre Damer, has caught 4 passes for 77 yards. Really getting a shot today because Eric Sievers, the normal backup tight end to Kellen Winslow, has had some ankle problems. And his folks are here to see him for the very first time in San Diego from New York State. He's putting on a show for Mom and Dad.
He's doing a good job. I'll tell you, he's doing a good job. That quarterback, Ed Luther from St. Paul High School.
Gary Allen at the 10 for the Cowboys. Back to the 15, 20. Allen is out to the 25-yard line. Dan Fouts got to be happy the way things are going, although he'd be a lot happier if he was in there throwing.
Oh, the president of Club 14, Frank.
What is that?
Club 14. He has a little social thing he puts on Friday evenings for all the office personnel, the secretaries and everything, little hors d'oeuvres and cocktails he brings up there and organizes for them at 5 o'clock. And they all wear these Club 14 sweaters. It says Club 14 on it. You know, of course, his jersey number is 14.
When you're making $1 million a year, you can afford those type of.
Jeez, poor guy. I wonder if he can tap him for a loan now.
1st and 10. Cowboys at the 25. Dorsett is cracked as he hits the line of scrimmage out to the 27.
Now you see Rick Ackerman, number 91, whips the center. There was a little influence block, and there was a trap block by the wing, number 20 back in there, but it didn't do any good. Did you see Ron Springs coming in there? Number 20 came in and blocked the nose on an influence type play.
It's a little mismatch, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's the way they rank Cowboys offense, 5th against the Chargers defense, which is 23rd, but apparently growing up in a big hurry. 2nd and 8. White over the middle to Cosby. Very close to the first down at the 35. They shove him back a full 5 yards. Lyndon King, number 57, and Mike Green, number 58. And it looks like Danny White almost lost his jersey in the process.
Cosby did a real nice job of coming back underneath on a little delay pattern. It was cleaned out by another receiver, and then he came right back underneath in that zone, but he missed the first down. Or it appears to me that he's missed the first down.
Alec, say it's close enough for measurement.
There's old Mr. Green. You know, that guy was a B student in college. He was a very fine student. And probably that's why he's learned so quickly the linebacker position in San Diego. Made the first down.
1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the 35. Bringing you up to date on the big game of the NFC West this afternoon. 49ers pouring it on the Saints 24-0.
49ers are really a fine football team, and of course they've got the great offensive coach in Bill Walsh, and you know they can put points on the board, and their defense must be playing super today, though.
That's Pete Holohan. It's been a big factor in the success of the Chargers offense. This is his best day ever in a Charger uniform. Absolutely nothing there. Ball was fumbled after the play had been whistled dead as Ron Springs took the handoff and was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Big Hands Johnson, number 79, picking up the fumble.
That was a very unusual offensive play. Now you watch the quarterback. He's going to reverse pivot around. See the line flex there again, trying to take the edge off the pass rush. Reverse. See that Mountain lineman pulling in front of there? Big delay up underneath, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Penetration. Who is that? Billy Ray Smith. Great penetration. He's playing real well in front of his pop today.
2nd and 11. Cowboys at their 34-yard line. Dorsett. Lone setback. Fake to Tony. White with all the time in the world, trying to hit Cosby, who slips and falls. The pass is incomplete. For an NFL update, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Frank, San Francisco and New Orleans. And as you said just moments ago, the 49ers are really pouring it on the Saints. Joe Montana on the roll, drops one right into Russ France's hands, and now the Niners are up by those 24 points. Back to Frank and Dick.
Well, Brett, here in San Diego, it's 24-6. The Chargers leading the Cowboys, who are known, of course, for their come-from-behind talents, but they've shown no signs of it so far. It's 3rd down 11 here in the 3rd period. 9:21 left. Dallas from its 34. White, wide open at the sideline, is puts Johnson for the first down at the 50 and goes out of bounds near the Charger 45. Ken Green, number 28, on the stop.
Now you'll see that he's in the slot there. He's coming off. Now you watch the defender, number 20. He slips and falls down on the cutout. See him now watch him fall right there in the mud. That band didn't help it, and he's, you know, by going out there at halftime and marching all over that muddy field.
You figure this favors the Chargers more than the Cowboys' sloppy field?
Well, it favors the pass receiver over the pass defender, not either team. Though I think maybe the Chargers might be a little more physical size-wise.
Well, with Muncie and their run of the ball, the Cowboys have nobody that size, certainly. First down at the 46 of San Diego. White working the sidelines to Tony Hill, and Hill gets a couple of extra yards as he moves it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Boy, the Redskins maybe have heard that the Cowboys are trailing, and they have got themselves in high gear at the Meadowlands as they lead the Giants 26-3.
You know, Joe Gibbs made the comment to me a couple of weeks ago when we were in Washington, D.C. He said, you know, the big game for us coming up is that Charger-Dallas Cowboy game.
He did say that to us. Raiders leading Denver in the third period of play. You think Gibbs and Coryell may have talked a little this week?
Well, I don't know. It's pretty hard to really get some help from another fella, even no matter how much he likes you, because you're both doing different things with the ball.
Second down, 3 from the 40. Dorsett on the sweep. Gets a block, 35, 30, and out of bounds at the 26. That's another first down. And for an NFL report, once again, let's go back to Brent in New York.
Frank, watch Joe Theismann. He does a beautiful job here against the Giants defense. Look to the right and quickly back to the left, and Charlie Brown breaks in, and there's the touchdown. And now the Cowboys are going to have to come back, or they're going to be tied out there in that division. Back to Frank.
So, big day for the Smurfs at the Meadowlands. Washington moving along in quest of its 9th victory of the year against 2 losses, and those 2 losses have been by a margin of 1 point. Cowboys, on their first offensive possession of the second half, have reached the 27-yard line of the San Diego Chargers. First and 10. Dorsett trying to cut inside, running hard, gets to the 25, and pays the price after picking up a couple of very tough yards. Lyndon King, who has been very evident this afternoon, number 57. He leads all linebackers in the NFC in sacks. Of course, Vernon Maxwell of the Colts leads all linebackers.
He's really still learning to be a linebacker, starting out as and drafted out of Colorado State as a strong safety. They even tried him a little bit at tight end.
Second and 8. White, 19 out of 30 for 174 yards.
Double coverage on the 2 outside receivers, Frank.
Big hole. Springs down to the 10. First down.
See, that's the disadvantage of the double coverage on the 2 wide receivers. You lose your safeties to force inside and help make that tackle. See that? Boom, nice trap play right there. Look at that running ability right there. Laird, number 28, misses it. Now he comes over and cleans him off. Another defender. Really a nice trap play there. Nice trap block.
Springs with another busy afternoon. 7 carries for 36 yards. He's actually got 5 more yards rushing than does Dorsett. And in addition, he has caught 5 passes for 12 yards. So it is now first and goal to go with the ball smack on the 10-yard line. Fumble by Springs, who falls on it at the line of scrimmage for no gain. You know, Dallas this year has been a good football team, obviously, but also a lucky team in the sense that it has faced St. Louis without Neil Lomax, the Eagles twice without Montgomery, the Saints without Rodgers, Minnesota without Kramer, and so on.
Let's see if we can see the exchange problem right here. There was really not a difficult handoff. Little counter step by the fullback. See him? Now he's going to reach there and give it to him, and it slipped right through his hands. Maybe a little mud on the ball, something. It slipped right through the pocket made by both arms and hands of the running back, Ron Springs.
Loss of a yard back to the 11. Second and goal. Cowboys need a touchdown badly. White.
Pass it.
Intended for Dorsett.
Looked like pass interference.
Lyndon King, number 57, was covering Dorsett. No call. It'll be third and goal from the 11.
is a tough throw down here. Now, it looks like they're going to go to their shotgun or three-receiver offense right now.
They take King out, and they've also taken the other linebacker out, Mike Green.
No shotgun, staying in the regular formation.
3rd and goal from the 11. White blitz. Sack back around the 20. White never had a chance, and now White is hot. White is getting it on with number 50.
Break it up, guys.
Bradley. Players from both benches coming out. Louis Kelcher trying to get in the middle of it.
Come on back here, Louis. You haven't been that aggressive all year. Now let's see how they rule this. Penalty on both guys. You watch, man.
Woody Lowe, number 51. Came blowing through there, along with Carlos Bradley on the blitz. And White never had a shot, and Danny White is hot.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense and defense.
You call that one.
Somewhere the protection broke down. You see number 51 is going to be dogging in there. See him right up the middle of the screen. See 51 right there? There he is. He hits him in the back. He's got him down. Now right there, I think the play is dead. That play is dead. I don't blame Danny for getting a little upset. The play was over.
White and Woodrow Lowe getting into it for the Chargers. Of course, the foul occurred after the sack. So the sack, in effect, counts. So there'll be a loss of 9 on the sack. Takes it back to the 20. And they'll play it from there. And this will be 4th down. Woodrow Lowe, veteran linebacker from Alabama. And Septien will be attempting a 38-yard field goal.
81% successful from this distance.
It's good. Things getting interesting here at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
Honda would like to make a point about the new car. It goes an EPA estimated 51 miles per gallon, 67 highway. It's the #1 gas mileage car in America, period. The new Honda Civic CRX. The longest distance between 2 points.
The clean of the Rockies, the fresh of the Rockies. Brewed the Coors way, natural and pure.
Coors to you, the clean of it, all night through, the fresh of it, Rocky Mountain Gold, you got it. The best of the Rockies is yours.
There's our situation here in the 3rd period. Still a lot of time to go. Don Coryell had an interesting discussion with Woody Lowe, his linebacker, who got into that squabble with White.
Well, Coryell appreciates intensity, but he doesn't want Woody Lowe thrown out of the football game because he's his best outside linebacker, and he doesn't have anybody to replace him, at least that caliber. So he's telling him to maintain his poise.
Septien kicking off. Laird is the deep man. This one comes down to the far side, going to Ernest Jackson, the rookie from Texas A&M. And he is smothered inside the 20-yard line. Everson Walls, number 24, down covering for the Dallas Cowboys. NCAA football on CBS next weekend. This is the lineup of regional games. Washington State and Washington, perhaps the biggest, because the Rose Bowl could be riding on it for the Huskies. West Virginia with its great quarterback, Jeff Hostetler, against Syracuse. Then Duke and North Carolina. And Tennessee and Kentucky at 3:30 Eastern Time next Saturday. Well, each team has scored on its first possession of the second half. The Chargers a touchdown, the Cowboys a field goal. Luther Going to Muncie. He had Charlie Joyner wide open on the near sideline. About 15 yards downfield. Didn't see him. There's White on the sidelines trying to compose himself a little bit, talking to Butch Johnson and Al Levan, who is the Cowboys backfield coach. And of course,
boy, he's a fine coach. That Al Levan's a real fine coach. In fact, I tried to hire him myself one time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Stanford?
Yeah, he was at Stanford, but he was working for a good friend of mine, and I didn't feel right trying to hire him away from him.
Cowboys are making this guy look like an all-pro. Luther, confidence building as the game goes along. Muncie on the carry. Slides across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. Picked up about 4, and Mike Hagman, number 58, making the
Boy,
stop.
what a great shot this is of the offensive right guard. Watch the right guard, number 67. He's going to pull to his left. Now watch him. 280 pounds. Here he is. Now watch him trap this guy. Bang. Nice. Look at that hole. Beautiful hole up inside, but filled nicely by the linebacker. Mike Hagman, number 58. But boy, that was a nice track block by Ed White.
That is a great veteran line that the Chargers have, with the exception of Gissinger, who is the only young player succeeding Russell Washington. A lot of experience on this football team. Most of it on offense. 3rd and 6. Winslow trying to pick up the first down, and he does. And Dan Fouts is leading the cheering down to the sidelines. Pretty good individual effort.
Again, this is the advantage of a man weighing 240 pounds. Good rush coming up inside there. He gets it out there, one-on-one situation. Now that guy's got to tackle him. Look at him get his shoulder down there real good. And that Bates is a heck of a tackler.
He's given away about 50 pounds.
Oh, I know it. He might have picked somebody off right there. See him trying to brush him? No, he didn't pick him. It was a legal play. But again, good hitting, but you're hitting a big, strong man.
First down for the Chargers, trying to play ball control here from the 28, and Luther airs it out. Intended for Chandler and almost intercepted. He overthrew Chandler by 15 yards, and Dennis Thurman had a shot at the interception.
He had a nice little shot there of inside the helmet of Ed Luther. You know, he went to high school at St. Paul High School, played for Marion Ansich, was a perennial CIF champion there in Southern California, Santa Fe Springs area. Good football player in high school. In fact, I can remember watching him play in high school. That's how old I am.
You were recruiting him at the time? Or?
No, I wasn't recruiting him. He was still an underclassman at that time.
Played his college football at San Jose State. Was a 4th-round draft pick in 1980. And been waiting his turn. 2nd and 10. Winslow again dragging bodies along the way as he picks up the first down at the 39-yard line. The man they called the prototype, tight end, Kellen Winslow, the San Diego Chargers, out of the University of Missouri. 1st and 10, San Diego. And this crowd is really pumped up.
The significant thing right here is the fact that Winslow is not playing tight end in this formation. He is as a wide receiver split out to the right on a safety, one-on-one. See it right there? It's a little hitch. Again, the 240-pound guy on a 6'3", 200-pound guy.
An 11-yard pickup on the play. Muncie gets 2, maybe 3 yards to the 42-yard line. You know, talking about Ed Luther, you go back to just before the draft last year, and the rumors were rampant that the Chargers were going to package all those selections they have and pick John Elway. So now here's Luther. I'm going to be behind Fouts. I'm going to be behind Elway. Where am I going to be? And here he is midway in the season starting for this ball
He's
club.
number 1. Yeah, there's no way you can predict how the season's going to go in terms of injuries and all. There's a lot of luck involved. But I think they actually really did make an effort to get Elway, but it just didn't work out.
2nd and 8, we get a flag. Chargers may have been offside as the pass is thrown behind Chuck Muncie.
I think or either offside or illegal movement.
I talked to Gil Brandt of the Cowboys this morning, and we talked about Billy Ray Smith. And there was a lot of rumors going around Dallas that the Cowboys were trying hard to move up in the draft so they'd have a shot at Billy Ray Smith. And he said they did talk to Denver seriously, but never really talked to San Diego because they thought San Diego was going to take Elway.
Yeah, well, I saw Gil this morning too, but I didn't talk to him about that. But he was concerned about...
89 offense, decline, 3rd down.
He was more concerned about today's game. He didn't want to talk much about what happened at the draft.
Very intelligent young man, Billy Ray Smith, All-American at Arkansas. Having a little bit of trouble, he said, adjusting to the pass defense duties of a linebacker in the pros. He used to rush the passer all the time.
Well, they have him down today, rushing him as a defensive end, some in the nickel.
3rd down 8. Big play for the Chargers in this drive. From their 42, Luther. Chandler caught it out of bounds. Incomplete. Cowboys want a penalty on Chandler for spiking the ball over there and don't get it.
I don't think he had possession of the football. It was a little out pattern. He's in the slot, being covered. The stunt going on inside. See it? It's picked up nicely right there. Nice job by Muncie. Picked him up. The ball's going to your left. It's an out pattern. Look right there. Didn't have possession. Did not have possession. Good call by the official.
Luther does throw a nice ball, though, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. I'll tell you, they have a backup quarterback here named Bruce Matheson. That was 2nd string in Nebraska for 4 years and throws a beautiful ball as well.
First punt of the 2nd half for Buford. Gary Allen is deep. This one angles for the far sidelines, and Allen tried to catch it and not go out of bounds, but did at the 17. And the Cowboy offense will put it in play from there with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to play in the 3rd period.
The line. The line is low and long. The line is straight through a curve. The line is strong. The new line of Civics from Honda. The line is drawn.
Good luck, son. Make us proud.
Forward! Bye, Mom, all right!
This year, 2 million families will send their kids off to college. But many of these kids won't be able to compete because they lack computer skills. A home computer can help. The Commodore 64 gives you more computer for less money than anyone else. Instead of saving for your kids' education, maybe you should spend a little for it.
Next Sunday, regional NFL action spotlighting the Minnesota Vikings against the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins against the Los Angeles Rams next Sunday on CBS Sports.
With Dan Fouts out, it would have to be considered one of the big upsets of the year if the Chargers hang on. 1st and 10. Cowboys at their 17. Springs gets it up to the 20 to the 21-yard line. San Diego's done a good job with ball control, keeping the ball away from the Cowboy offense.
They've done a real good job of that. And, you know, they haven't turned the ball over except the one time, and it did cost them. But they're doing a good job. And the other thing they're doing nicely on defense is they're stringing those plays out. Stringing them out and forcing them to the sideline and not letting those great running backs get upfield vertically.
Something that we might keep in mind as we head into the final period. Cowboys have outscored their opponents in the 2nd half by a pronounced margin, and it's even more so in the final quarter, which we'll show you shortly. 2nd down 7 from the 21. Cowboys operating from the muddiest part of the field. White trying to set it up, does so nicely, and Drew Pearson pulls it down at the 29-yard line. That is good for the 1st down.
You can see Drew Pearson now. He's going to be the receiver singled up on Danny Waller's number 23. Now see him. He's working to the inside. Now he plants and rolls to the outside. Look at him slip. You can see how soft the field is. That's why the receiver has the advantage. He knows where he's going.
Got to be a great thrill, I would think, for Wallers to play in the same field with Drew Pearson as a youngster. He probably watched him.
And I don't know if Drew would appreciate that, putting him in that old age category.
Well, he's getting along, but still, like Charlie Joyner.
I look for the Cowboys to go deep with the ball here pretty quick, Frank.
1st and 10 at the 29. On the delay, Dorsett gets it out to the 35, picks up 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down 4 for an NFL Today report. Once again, let's go to Brent in New York.
Frank, the Redskins are taking no prisoners. Touchdown number 2 on the day by John Riggins, and for the season, he's now got 16. They're leading the Giants 33-3. Don't forget, next week, Washington's got a tough one against the Rams out west. Let's go back to Frank and Dick.
That's all we've seen is Redskin touchdowns out of that game. 33-3 now as Riggins gets one. 2nd and 4. Dallas from the 35. That should be good for another 1st down. Everything being in order. Ron Springs pulls down yet another pass. His 6th reception of the day, which will make him the Cowboys' top receiver. When he caught his first pass today, He passed Preston Pearson as the leading Cowboy receiver among running backs for catches in a single season. The old record was 46.
You know, the fullback is a little better receiver because of the tight end on his side of the ball more often than not. You know what I mean? The linebacker has to concern himself with a tight end before he gets involved with that linebacker, rather the fullback, and it makes it a little tougher.
First down, Cowboys at their 46. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Tony Hill. That was Ron Springs.
I'll bet you any money that Ron Springs turned his eyes and started to run and took his eyes off the ball too soon. Now watch him. He's going to get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plant. Look for the ball. Now watch his house. Let's see if he turns and runs. No, he didn't. He didn't. Sometimes they turn their hat too soon and become a ball carrier before they receive the football. That he just dropped it. Should have made that catch even though it was behind him.
Is that what you coaches call the stem?
Yeah. Well, the stem is that the distance or the... We'll get to it here in a second.
I'm putting you on. 2nd and 10. Cowboys at their 46. That is Tony Hill that time, and that's good for a first down at the 41-yard line. I'd say the Chargers playing a little soft in that secondary.
They're playing a lot softer right now than they were in the first half, and I think it's due to the footing. Now you see him take off. See him right there now. Running down there, nice stem. Now I'm talking about the stem is the length of the vertical push upfield. Rolled it out, no defender showing. See, he was giving him a little more room. Tony Hill, number 8, running a pattern on Gil Bird that never appeared on your screen. He's concerned about that deep one now.
I've just learned something new, hanging around coaches, what a stem is.
Well, the stem is from the initial alignment position to the breaking point downfield.
I got you. First down, Dallas at the San Diego 41. White, quick throw, Cosby. Inside the 40, out of bounds at the 36.
You know, again, that was not a legal formation. That flanker back was on the line of scrimmage, making the tight end and not eligible as a receiver. It was not called, but it should be called.
That'll run the clock down to 4 seconds left to play in the quarter. Let's take a look at it here, see if we can spot it in that formation. That tell you anything at all?
Yeah, well, you can see the flanker back is not a yard behind the tight end or the ball. He's lined up even with him. You can see that. Do you see the tight end up there? They're even. They were lined up parallel, and you got to be careful. I've seen receivers get called for less than that.
2nd and 5, last play of the quarter. Dallas at the San Diego 36. Springs. Maybe a yard to the 35, and that'll do it for the quarter. The end of the 3rd quarter with the score, the Chargers 24, the Cowboys 9. We now pause for a word from your local station.
Monday on Emerald Point, Kay finds fulfillment with Glenn while Hillary's past comes back to haunt her.
I know what you like to do.
Scandalous tapes lead to blackmail Monday.
This is CBS.
You can bet Paul Crane and News 4 Sports will bring you more than just the highlights.
And this is the kind of hit which comes on a goal line stand.
Stood up and I was blinking, couldn't see too well, but I knew he was that way too.
We're right there on the sidelines.
Bethea was leaving his own calling card.
You know, not that I intended it to happen, but something needed to happen.
Paul Crane and News 4 Sports, Monday night at 6 and 10.
Uh-oh, is there anybody on this field but me?
We'll put you in the middle of the action.
Meet the #1 full-line auto insurance team in Texas. It's the MIC insurance team from General Motors. #1 in coverage. MIC offers auto insurance and mechanical protection. #1 in convenience. MIC has one-stop claim service. So switch to MIC. Buy your insurance with your car at your GM dealer. Right!
MIC!
MIC, General Motors Insurance.
If you're in business, you know how important time is. When you're up against the clock, a banker who talks straight can be the difference between making a deal and losing one. You need an InterFirst banker, someone who listens, tells you how the bank can help, and then follows through without delay. InterFirst is built around that kind of experienced professional. Bankers who know that double talk wastes time and straight talk saves it.
Kay KDFW-TV, Channel 4, Dallas-Fort Worth.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Chevrolet. America is on the move, and Chevrolet is supplying the wheels. Chevrolet and you taking charge. And by General Motors. We're living up to the General Motors mark of excellence.
With Dick Vermeil, this is Frank Lever at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego as we head into the final period with the Chargers leading the Cowboys 24-9. Dallas 3rd and 4 at the 35 of San Diego. Out of the shotgun, a lot of pressure. Tony Hill still in bounds. That's a touchdown. Yards on the touchdown.
This is really a nice play. Actually, the defender did a good job, but he didn't knock him down when he went for the ball. He went for the interception. See him drive for the interception, misses it. Tony does a nice job of staying in bounds, heading upfield. Now he's going to start celebrating before he gets there. Look at this. You know, this guy has been scoring this year a touchdown every 4th pass he catches.
That's the rookie, Danny Walters from Arkansas, that he beat. That is White's 2nd touchdown pass of the afternoon. Septien on to try the extra point.
Great example of good body balance on contact. Didn't knock him off balance. He regained it quickly, and up the sideline he goes.
Glenn Carano, the Cowboys' forgotten man at quarterback, will hold. Septien missed the first one, but drills this one through. And look out. Here come the Cowboys with 14:53 left to play in the game. It's San Diego by 8.
The Honda Accord LX 4-door sedan. It comes with a long list of standard equipment. Cruise control, air conditioning, a sophisticated stereo, a lighted mirror, power door locks and windows. The Accord LX has everything. Almost. The yacht is optional.
Bring out your best.
I wasn't drafted till the 7th round. They don't even know my name.
Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light. Bring out your best.
The best.
Croder, huh?
It has a taste all its own. Enjoy it.
Tony Hill, whose 35-yard touchdown reception brings the Cowboys to within 8 of the San Diego Chargers with 14:53 to go, and that missed extra point by Septien looms rather large. Bruce Laird fields this one at the 5, back to the 15, 20. Hit at the 30-yard line, really blasted. And again, things get a little testy down there on the playing field. There's a second altercation we have had. Someone tried to wrestle the ball free, I'm sure, under the pile, but it will remain in possession of the Chargers. Well, we've got more of the same upcoming next week. Depending on where you happen to be, you'll see one of these games, the early games next week. Chicago and Tampa, the Giants in Philadelphia, and Detroit at Green Bay. And if you don't see one of those 3, you'll see one of these 3. Minnesota and Pittsburgh, Washington and the Rams, or San Francisco, Atlanta.
Some good football games in that schedule next week.
Well, we're coming down the stretch. Tom Landry.
You know, if I was going to hire a coach to coach my football team in the 4th quarter, he'd be the guy.
Luther, undaunted, comes out throwing again. Anthony Dickerson had 6 points. Dickerson had an interception.
Anthony, it looked like he could have picked that one off.
Keep in mind what the Cowboys do in the second half and focus your eyes on the 4th quarter and what Dallas has done versus its opponents in the 4th period of play. They come to play.
Look at, he's sitting there chewing that gum, and that mind is going quicker than that jaw right now. He's thinking of that next series and what he's going to do with the football.
2nd and 10. Chargers at their 30. Luther out to Chandler. Slides to a halt at the 35-yard line across the way. Dennis Thurman and Everson Walls on the stop. Luther looks to the sidelines. The plays are signaled in by the Chargers.
They are signaled in by the Chargers. In fact, they're putting a guy in front of the signal caller right now as if they think the Cowboys might have a little key on their signals.
Now there's the man that signals them in.
Dave Levy. He's the offensive coordinator and offensive line coach.
Luther this time sending Chandler wide to the left, puts Joyner in the slot. 3rd down, 5. Winslow this time brought down short of the 1st down, and Billy Bates of the Cowboys says, "This time I got you, big fella." Bonsai Billy.
This guy, Bill Bates, you know, he's not a starter. He has 46 tackles coming into this game and 3 sacks. They actually tried to run a pick, and they didn't get the man. They didn't get Bill Bates, number 40, picked off. That's what they were trying to do, Frank.
You know, Bates is one of so many Cowboy free agents.
Oh, I tell you, the Cowboy free agents are different than a lot of free agents. Their free agents line up and start. Their free agents line up and go to the Pro Bowl rather than line up and play a backup position.
This could be a big change in momentum here. Chargers forced to punt.
Return type ball.
Allen at the 20, 25, straight up the middle. No east and west for Gary Allen as he returns it to the 34-yard line. And the Dallas offense will put it in play from there. 8-point differential in the ball game right now, which almost assures we won't have overtime. But we're going to have a great finish. Stay tuned.
Introducing new Gillette Foamy Gel. The gel that gives you more than any other gel. More lubricants. Better beard setup. More lubricants. Smooth takeoff. More lubricants. For the closeness and comfort you want in a shave, get new Gillette Foamy Gel. The gel that gives you more.
Working hard when the pressure's on could mean perspiration odor. Right Guard antiperspirant helps stop wetness better than the leading spray as it kills the bacteria that can cause perspiration odor.
Yeah, Mr. Nelson.
.42 on the punt a moment ago by Burford. 14 on the return by Gary Allen. And here come the Cowboys. 1st and 10 at their 35. They've come from behind in 9 of 10 games this year. Each of their victories. They're going to have to do it again today if they're going to pull this out. Dorsett on the pitch. That may be his biggest individual gain of the afternoon. Dorsett running hard, gets 9, takes it out to the 44-yard line. Lyndon King made the stop.
What he was able to do, Frank, is what he does best. Get it stretched, then cut back and head upfield. You have to stop him from cutting back or he's going to beat you running the ball.
Dorsett has been hobbled some this year. He's had a wrist problem. He's had ribs, he's had a knee, he's had just about everything wrong with him, but he hasn't missed a ball game.
What he really has had this year is guts. He's played tough, he's played hurt, and always played well.
And the measurement would indicate that Dallas picked up enough for the 1st down, so they'll give it to him at the 45-yard line. So that pickup of 10 actually is one short of Dorsett's best run at his first carry of the day at 11.
You can see there on the screen to the right, Tom Landry had his game plan card, all that printing and sectioned off in the page. That's just different phases of his offense, all categorized so he can refer to it in those situations.
1st and 10, Cowboys at their 45. Danny White out to Springs. Springs close to another 1st down, and he may have it at the Charger 45. Andre Young, number 49, shoves him out of bounds. Let's bring you up to date on the other games in progress around the league. Well, the Giants got a consolation touchdown in the 4th period against the Washington Redskins. But still 23 down with not much time left in that game. And the Los Angeles Raiders leading Denver 19-10. You know, the Chargers have to play the Raiders yet twice. They play them twice in the last 3 weeks of the season.
Isn't that something? I wonder how that works out schedule-wise. That just, it seems, you know, plus being in the same division, have to play them twice that close together just doesn't make sense to me.
It does seem a little ridiculous. But They've got a lot of problems when they put that schedule together.
Yeah, it's more than I could ever conceive, I'm sure.
Landry talking to his quarterback as the measurement is indicated once again.
He says, Danny, make sure you throw it to a guy in a blue jersey.
That's all. Just move it downfield. We got a lot of time left.
You know, Danny's got a record out called The Country Cowboy. I have a copy of it. It's a heck of a record. That guy can sing. That's amazing. What talent. Makes a lot of money playing football. He's going to make money singing.
Nice to have something to go to, right, after your football days are over.
If he keeps throwing right-hand crosses like he did early in the ball game, he's going to be going earlier.
Cowboys did not quite pick up enough for the first down, so they're looking at 2nd and inches from the 45 of San Diego. The give is to Dorsett. Slides outside, looks for a hole, doesn't find it. A loss on the play, back to the 47. You're talking about stringing it out. They strung it out there.
That's the key to stopping him. Penetration, forcing him to move parallel. You're going to watch this now. You're going to see he's not going to be able to find a place to turn up. Look at Mike Green, number 58, moving along parallel to Landstrom. Big belt. Look at that. Big Kelcher, number 74. Cooper, number 61, leading it up in there. They can't find a place to cut back. Look at, he wanted to come up in there, and there he is. Woodrow Lowe met him right at the, as he tried to cross the line of scrimmage.
That is Mike Green, the Charger linebacker, who was shaken up. We've got a timeout. Chargers leading the Cowboys 24-16.
Chevrolet taking charge.
Move into more celebrity excitement.
Eurosport.
The new front drive Celebrity Eurosport. Special F41 sports suspension straightens out curves in a car that looks as special as it feels.
Eurosport.
Move into more celebrity. Eurosport. A touch of Europe at a Chevrolet price.
Chevrolet.
And you.
Taking charge.
4 beautiful ladies just showed up in Eddie Hatcher's life. Looks like a stroll-light night.
Wait, boys. Looks like a stroll-light night. Looks like a stroll-light night. When things are going right. Looks like a stroll-light night.
Stroll-light, a great tasting beer that doesn't fill you up.
When nothing can go wrong.
I'm not gonna believe this one.
Looks like a stroll-light night. When good times come along.
Mike Green shaking off a few cobwebs, left the field under his own power, and I imagine he'll be back. Leading tackler as a rookie, 9th-round draft choice, and what an acquisition.
You know that sometimes, you know, you can measure speed with a stopwatch. You can put all these things into a computer, but the computer doesn't measure how big heart that guy has.
Here's a big play for the Cowboys. 3rd down. They need a long yard for the first down. Danny White back to throw it. Good protection. Drew Pearson has done it 1,000 times. Completes it at the 35-yard line. First down.
See, they're going to make a nice fake to freeze the linebackers. Watch 54. See, he has to acknowledge run. See him acknowledge run right there? Then he sees pass. He's trying to buzz out of there and get in a throwing lane. He can't do it. First down. First down.
And 54, of course, Billy Ray Smith, the Chargers' #1 draft choice. So the Cowboys keep driving. You know, in the first half, it seemed like the Chargers played them a lot tighter on the corners.
Yeah, they did, and they have to play them back a little bit because of that soft turf.
White continues to work the sidelines. Tony Hill is the defensive back. Gil Bird that time fell down, and Hill takes the pass and runs it to the 18-yard line. Another first down.
Tony Hill right there to the left of your screen coming up is going to run just a little 6-7 yard square out. Now going to roll out. He stepped out of bounds. I don't know why the officials can't see this. They got to be blind not to see this. Watch him step out of bounds right there. He goes all the way across the line. That stopped the clock. 2 guys right there not doing their job that time. Nice job, Tony.
Dallas with a 1st and 10 at the Charger 18. The clock with 10 minutes and 40 seconds left. And the Cowboys need to score twice. Dorsett to about the 16-yard line. Woodrow Lowe.
This is a very unusual offensive play. They bring a wide receiver in motion, and he will come in and try to block the nose guard. Now watch it. He'll appear. There he is right there. That's a wide receiver, Butch Johnson.
Is blocking Kelcher.
Blocking Kelcher at 305 pounds. And Butch Johnson weighs 185, 190 pounds at best. got a lot of guts, I'll tell you that.
Louis Kelcher, former SMU All-American, lined up in the middle at that nose tackle position. 2nd and 8, Dallas from the 16 of San Diego. White going for 6 to Springs and overthrows it. Billy Ray Smith back there covering. Ron Springs, the Cowboy back, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Dallas Cowboys, well, Dallas, you can see, started out slowly. They're coming on, catching up here in the second half, but San Diego still moving the ball a little bit better than Dallas until this drive. The big thing is move the ball and score. Don't move the ball and punt.
Cowboys take both of their tight ends, DuPree and Cosby, out of the game, and now insert wide receivers. They got Hill to the left side. They got Pearson to the right. They got Butch Johnson in the slot and White in the shotgun. Big play for the Cowboys, and it is Springs at the 5 and down to the 3. Boy, has he had a day. Is he going to be tired tomorrow?
He's done a real good job. He's isolated one-on-one. See him to the left of your screen is the wingback coming out of the backfield. Now he's going to be picked up by Miles McPherson, number 24. Squares it out. He's got him beaten on the outbreak right there. McPherson, 24, coming to make the play. Got a little late help right there.
It is 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. 8 catches for Ron Springs. In addition, he has carried 9 times for 41 yards.
He came into the game the 4th leading receiver in the NFC with 47.
Cosby in motion. Springs stop pull this time at the line of scrimmage. As they really jammed up the middle. Ackerman, number 91, who is back in there at the nose tackle, doing a job on Springs.
You can see the tight end coming in trying to clean up a hole out. Now watch the tight end at the left of your screen, 84. Follow him. He's going to go in and try to clean up the point of attack. Bang, he gets a block in there, but the defense, too many people to block at the same time. They couldn't get him through there.
Loss of a yard on the play, moves it back to the 4. It is 2nd and goal. The clock is moving with 8 minutes and 25 seconds of counting.
Play action pass. Play action pass.
The fake, the door set. Billy Joe DuPree for the touchdown. How'd you know that was coming?
I just coached against Dallas so many times. If they don't get it on 1st down, they're going to come and get it off of play action on 2nd down. This is what I was talking about prior to the snap. Play action fake. Now see, it freezes. See Mike right green, it froze him. Everyone playing run. See DuPree sneaking there to the left of your screen. Now he throws it out. That is Billy Joe's first touchdown pass this year. Pro Bowler 3 times, great veteran, super athlete, and a fine man.
And accepting congratulations from Gary Hogeboom, among others, on the sideline.
Dallas invented that play. Tom Landry invented that play. They brought the tight end from the opposite side of the formation behind the line of scrimmage. Hard to cover him that way.
Septien to bring the Cowboys to within 1 at 24-23. We've got a 1-point game. The Chargers 24, the Cowboys 23, coming on strong with 8 minutes, 13 seconds left to play.
Chevy Tuck taking charge.
Earth. Keep moving, moving. S10 Blazer.
Wind.
It's storming, storming. S10 Blazer.
Fire.
Keep blazing, blazing. S10 Blazer.
Water.
Keep turning, turning. S10 Blazer. Keep moving, keep storming, keep blazing, keep turning.
In all of nature, there's nothing like the thrill of a tough Chevy S10 Blazer. Chevy Tough is taking charge.
NCAA basketball returns to CBS Sports as Larry Brown makes his Kansas coaching debut against last year's runner-up Houston in 2 weeks on CBS Sports.
B.J. DuPree with his first touchdown reception. Down to the extra point, bringing the Cowboys within 1. Septien's kickoff. McPherson caught at the 20-yard line. Now take a look at the replay once again. See if you can point this out.
Watch to the left of your screen. See the tight end coming along behind the line of scrimmage? Very unusual play. Designed by Dallas, I don't know how many years ago, but I've seen him run that probably 10 times in the last 10 years. Very clever design because the pass defender loses the tight end behind the line of scrimmage like that. They lose him.
Always near the goal line?
Always near the goal line. I've never seen it run in midfield.
Pressure now on the young San Diego Chargers. First and 10 from their 21-yard line. Luther finding Winslow open over the middle. And Winslow is out to the 45-yard line. Bob Brunick, the middle linebacker, made the stop. Boy, he really got open.
Well, it was a double zone coverage. They were doubling the outside receivers, 2 defenders on each wide receiver, singling up the tight end in the hole who was playing slot. Now he works around. He's going down the hole. Nice read. You see, he came right around the linebacker right there, Mike Hagman, 58. Now the other linebacker right here, Brunick, recovers and makes a play. You have to go down the hole with your receiver against that coverage, and they did it.
5 catches for him now, a 24-yard pickup on that play. First down at the 47. Luther slipping and falling.
Pass interference.
There's a flag thrown on Everson Walls.
It was pass interference, Frank.
If the flag was thrown from all the way on the opposite side of the field.
Well, he had the same seat that we had, and you could see it plainly from over here. It had to be called. Umpire Frank Glover, number 85, called it. The people at the point of attack sometimes can't see it because they're concentrating on the catch and other things that are going on over there.
Defensive pass interference. First down.
Good call. You're going to see this. I think it's clear pass interference. Now, he's going to come down. He's going to try to run a delay underneath. See him? Now he's going to whirl and go back out. See that? All right, now watch him climb his back right there. Pass interference all the way. You have no squawk, Everson. You have no squawk.
That is a first down for the Chargers at the Dallas 48-yard line. One thing that's been absent today is the Cowboy pass rush. They haven't touched Luther. His jersey's still white.
Yes, he's the only guy playing in the mud that has the clean jersey.
Joyner in motion. Muncie looking for some running room and cracked behind the line of scrimmage back at the 48-yard line by Bill Bates.
Oh, I love him.
He's everywhere.
I could coach him and look smart.
You know, he plays like a Doberman that hasn't been fed in a week.
I mean, you're going to have to put that in your next tease, I think, there before the game.
4-year starter at the University of Tennessee, and seeing a lot of action for the Cowboys today in this 4-0 offense or defensive setup.
He's another great example of the computer and the stopwatch not being able to measure the true ingredient of what it takes to play sometimes.
2nd and 12. Chargers back at their 49. Luther being pressured, runs out of the pocket. That looked like an old Harry Gilmer. Knocked down by Dexter Clinkscales. And Dexter thought he should have had an interception. You see the way that Luther went up in the air. Remember old Harry Gilmer, the way he used to throw that jump pass?
You're older than I am. I don't remember that. But I tell you, I haven't seen that technique in a long time. That was a design delayed rollout. See how they pin the defense back to the inside? Now watch him jump. Alley. Oh, there he goes. He lets it go. This was darn close to being a completed pass. Here it comes down. Look at right there. Nice defense by Dexter Clinkscale. Another free agent.
Intended for Chandler. There's Dexter. Chargers come up with a 3rd and 12 at their 49.
Coryell's warming up to go in himself.
Again, a big play for the Chargers, trying to keep some momentum going as their lead has been cut to 1. Luther steps up in the pocket. San Diego will be forced to punt. And the Cowboys, trailing by 1, will get the football with an opportunity to try and go ahead for the very first time. And we welcome all of those of you who have been watching the Redskins beat up on the Giants today. That's the final score. Giants with a bit of a late surge there. We are in San Diego. Frank Lieber along with Dick Vermeil. We've got a 1-point game with San Diego leading and punting from midfield.
Great punt.
Burford bounces it at the 5 and on into the end zone for the touchback, and we get a flag thrown down to the goal line. And this one may go against the Cowboys. It's been a rough football game. We've had a couple of altercations. And this one may go against Gary Allen, number 31, who is the Cowboy safety man.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct, signal for a fair catch, and then blocking.
That'll be against Dallas.
That's inexperience, see? He knows that. He's been coached not to do that. That's just inexperience. This is an obvious penalty. You'll be able to see this.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 31, first down.
Cowboys with Allen returning punts for the very first time.
See him take a block right there, 31. See him block Reuben Henderson right there, number 20. That's not legal after you've signaled for a fair catch.
And that makes a big difference because the Cowboys would have had the ball at the 20 on the touchback. Now they'll be moving with a 1st and 10 from their own 3. Timeout.
Hey, Jim. Ready to go a couple rounds, man?
Yeah.
Hey, Chan. How's everything ready to go?
You good. I hear the same about you.
Gotta reach deep inside. Bring out your best. Budweiser Light.
The best. It has a taste all its own.
You get your chance.
Enjoy it.
Budweiser Light.
Winter is on its way, with everything from blinding blizzards to gently falling flakes to damp and dreary drizzle. But you can get ready for the worst of winter with the best from Goodyear. Arriva, the radial tire for all seasons. Value priced right now at your Goodyear retailer. Check your newspaper and then let winter wail. You'll prevail with Arriva radials from Goodyear.
Frank Lieber with Dick Vermeil in San Diego, Jack Murphy Stadium. That's our situation with 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. And now we welcome those of you who are watching the San Francisco 49ers beat the New Orleans Saints 27-0. A lot of excitement in San Diego. Dallas trailing by 1 with a 1st and 10 backed up to its own 3-yard line. With just over 6 minutes remaining, Tony Dorsett busts it out across the 10 to the 13-yard line. For those of you who joined us late, let's bring you up to date. Chargers blocked a punt in the first quarter, went ahead 7-0. They control the first half of play. Same old story for the Cowboys getting behind. They trailed 17-6 at halftime. Cowboys have missed an extra point. At the end of 3 quarters, it was 24-9 Chargers. Cowboys scored earlier in the 4th on a pass to Tony Hill, another to Billy Joe DuPree. Chargers have just punted, and that's where we are. 2nd down, less than a yard from the 13. 24-23, San Diego. Doug Cosby. Having up for the first down at the 16-yard line. For those of you expecting 60 minutes, it'll be coming up immediately following the conclusion of this exciting NFL game between the Cowboys and the Chargers, except in the West Coast, where you will see it at its regularly scheduled time. Clock is moving with 5 minutes to go. Tom Landry, who last week clinched his 18th straight winning season as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, including 16 trips to the playoffs.
If they can win this one today, it'll be the best ever start for them, too, having 10 wins and 1 loss.
They've never been 10-1 before. And the Chargers have played some inspired football. 1st and 10, White under pressure. Dorsett behind the line of scrimmage is dropped at the 13-yard line for a loss of 4. Swarming defense by the San Diego Chargers has kept Dorsett and the Cowboys off guard all afternoon.
San Diego Chargers went to a double coverage, doubling both wide receivers. They couldn't throw it outside, so he just laid it off to the running back. I think the Chargers are going to have to play a lot of this kind of coverage here in the final minutes. Just make sure they don't let the guy down the hole, down in between those two deep safeties.
Second down, 14. Linebackers, including Lyndon King, come out. Chargers go with their nickel defense. Capacity crowd of 52,000 who haven't had much to cheer about this year, roaring their lungs out. Tony Hill couldn't control it. It'll be 3rd and 14. Fourth quarter score in the Denver-Los Angeles Raiders game. Denver leading the Raiders 20-19.
That time the San Diego Chargers came with a full red dog, bringing all the linebackers on him, and he didn't have much time to unload that thing, and it was just off the fingertips of the receiver. He had a lot of heat on him.
That, of course, stops the clock with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. The crowd chanting defense. 3rd down, 14 from the 13. White overthrowing Butch Johnson. Dallas will be punting from its goal line with 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go. And I imagine there are a few interested folks in the Washington area who might be concerned with how this thing finishes.
No question, because the Washington's losses came in the conference, both losses, so they just have to get Dallas whipped. But I'll tell you this, San Diego's got to be careful now, Frank, like we've said in the past. Just don't celebrate. The game is not over. I see those guys jumping up and down and slapping high fives and all that stuff. Hey, the game isn't over yet.
Danny White from a yard deep in the end zone. Wes Chandler is deep.
Beautiful punch.
High kick, fair catch. Chandler at the 41 of San Diego. Timeout. 3 minutes, 37 seconds left to play. And Dick Vermeil and I'll be back at Jack Murphy Stadium in just a moment.
Here comes the hottest selling Chevrolet today. The fun-to-drive front-drive Cavalier. Fire up 2 liters of electronically fuel-injected fun and experience more horsepower than the top 3 imports. The minute you feel Cavalier perform, you'll know what makes Cavalier the hottest selling Chevrolet today. Chevrolet! And you, taking charge.
Because the cost of all energies is rising, manufacturers of heating equipment have developed more efficient designs to help you keep costs down. That's good, but the claims can be confusing. So here are a few simple facts about natural gas. Gas delivers America's best energy value because gas is America's most efficient energy system. So when you invest in modern high-efficiency gas appliances, America's best energy value gets even better. Today and tomorrow, gas gives you more for your money.
Chiefs, a southern town that grew because of one man's devotion. But beyond their American dream lies the terrifying mystery of Chiefs, tonight on CBS.
San Diego by 1 with 3:37 left to play in the game, and the Chargers have the football. Keep in mind, all of Dallas' victories have come from behind this year. Each team with all of their timeouts left. 1st and 10 Chargers from their 42. Muncie bobbles it, got control, and winds up making a couple of yards.
Whew, that was close, Frank. He bobbled. Darn near missed the exchange on a little counter step to his left and off to the right with the pulling lineman. Darn near didn't find the handle on the ball. Randy White was breathing down his neck coming in from the backside.
Time increasingly a factor here as the clock running down to the 3-minute and 15-second mark.
Muncie walking around with those glasses. He looks like a space cadet in there, doesn't he?
He does. Cowboys have the best record of any NFC team against the AFC. 31 wins and 11 losses. They have never lost to the Chargers, beating them twice in regular season, 3 times in preseason play. 2nd and 8. Ed Luther over the middle. It'll be close to the first down as Pete Holohan, Number 88, the tight end, made the reception at the 50-yard line. Looks like they're going to be about a yard short.
That was a great play by Michael Downs to pull him down from behind. Because if he'd had another step in there, he had clear room because everybody else was run out of there playing man-to-man.
Chargers sending in a fresh offensive lineman, who is Sam Clappin, number 77.
Billy Shields looks like he hurt his shoulder. Sam Clappin, he knows how to fight. He's half Cherokee Indian, that guy.
Don Coryell told us yesterday he wants to win all 6 of his remaining games, despite the fact he's 3-7 and probably out of the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. 3rd and 1, and Muncie has the first down at the 46-yard line.
That's a big first down. 2-minute warning right now.
2-minute warning going to both benches. The Chargers hanging on for dear life, leading the Cowboys 24-23.
It is art, moving. It is superb machinery. It is the best Jaguar ever built, blending the luxury of rare walnut and soft leather with the response of a sports car and a legendary fuel-injected engine. Jaguar luxury is so complete that you don't have to spend a penny extra on options. XJ6, the best Jaguar ever built. Test drive the XJ6 sedan at your Jaguar dealer.
This is the place for the real taste of beer. Another round. Pabst is the place. There's just no doubt about it.
Pabst isn't beer drinking beer. I feel qualified to say that.
Pabst is the place. Your good friends all around you for the real taste of beer and all the good times you have here.
This is one place they still know how to brew beer.
For the real taste of beer, Pabst is the place.
As you well know, a lot can happen in 2 minutes of football, and that's what we've got left here at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego. As Tom Landry of the Cowboys looks on, neither team has called a timeout here in the second half. Chargers have a first down at the Dallas 47 as we head back to play. Chuck Muncie in the single back offense. Ed Luther back to throw. And Luther is sacked for the very first time today. That's the first time that the Cowboys have dirtied his jersey, and it was Anthony Dickerson, number 51, who plowed through there, through blockers, and got the sack back at the 43.
Finally got some dirt on his jersey, but that was a delayed rollout. That was not a scramble because of pressure. He dropped back and then sprinted out. San Diego calls that a dash-type play. Dash, D-A-S-H.
Dallas will use the first of its 3 allotted timeouts. With 1:54 to go, the Cowboys have 2 timeouts left. Next Sunday on CBS Sports, preceded, of course, by the NFL Today. Chicago, Tampa Bay, Giants, Philadelphia, Detroit, Green Bay. Those 3 games will comprise our early games. And these games, Minnesota, Pittsburgh will be an early game. Washington and the Rams in Anaheim, and Dick Vermeil and I will be there. Looking forward to it. And San Francisco against Atlanta. Not a doubleheader weekend, so you'll see 1 of those 6 games, depending on what part of the country you happen to be.
It seems like, Frank, now tapering in here to the last third of the season, that the games are becoming more important. The good teams are really defining who they are, and they're starting to meet each other. Great games coming up.
Now let's take a look at the importance of this game, what it means to the Cowboys, and what it means certainly to the Washington Redskins. Dallas with the best record in pro football, leading the Redskins, but that figure now, those standings include the Redskins' victory over the Giants today. So should the Cowboys lose, they would drop into a first-place tie in the NFC East. And keep in mind, there is 1 big game left between Dallas and Washington, the second weekend in December at Texas Stadium.
You notice they haven't been playing Harvey Martin very much in there, using Larry Bethea in there, and I've seen Jim Jeffcoat, the #1 draft choice, in there, defensive end to rush the passer.
The sack, -8 for the Chargers. It is second down 18 from their 45. Luther, little short pass over the middle to Muncie at the 50, to the 45, to the 43-yard line. And again, the Cowboys are going to call time. He's about 7 or 8 short of the first down. That came so close to hitting the official. Did you notice?
Right, it did. Now, see, it's a little delayed check down. Now, watch him. He's going to appear to your screen. Here he comes. He waits till the rushers get upfield, then he just sneaks out of the backfield. You know, the thing, someone wanted to help him up right here. There are nice tackles by Downs, and here Dickerson finished him off. Bates comes in. Bates wanted to help him up, and Muncie wouldn't let him. He said, I'm not shaking your hand right now.
Cowboys will have 1 timeout left. Chargers are looking at a 3rd down and a long 6 needed for the 1st down at the Dallas 43 with 1:45 left to play. Luther's had himself an afternoon. 25 out of 42 for 328 yards.
There's old
Just
Dan
1
Faust.
interception.
There's old Dan. Look at that beard.
Well, he had a string going of 67 straight starts before he was laid low by that shoulder injury, but he hopes to be back. Coming up at the conclusion of the ball game, the NFL Today wrap-up with Brent Musburger will give you a complete rundown on all the scores today, and some interesting things have happened. Once again, several upsets, and that, of course, will precede the start of 60 minutes. So we're looking at that coming up in the next few minutes. Our game with 1:45 seconds left to play, and the Chargers nursing a 1-point lead. 3rd down. San Diego needs 7 for the 1st. At the Dallas 43 as Coryell looks on. Pressure on Luther. He gets it away. It's caught. 1st down at the 31-yard line. A great catch by Charlie Joyner. And look at Don Coryell. Not a bad catch.
Beautiful shot, beautiful route, hell of a throw. Here's Wallace. See Wallace backing up there. He's singled up one-on-one on him. Now see 18 is going to break out right here. Ball's coming right at you. You and I can catch that. Look at that. Great throw. Joyner goes out there in air and takes it away. Good defense. Really no defense for that one. Just well-executed play.
And Fouts couldn't have done a better job throwing it.
Well, I'll tell you, you have to take your hat off to number 11 today, Eddie Luther. He was a rookie 3 weeks ago. Now he's a veteran.
Chargers have a 1st down at the Dallas 31. The Cowboys have just a timeout left.
There he is.
That may do it for him.
Number 18, the 3rd oldest active wide receiver behind Harold Jackson and Frank Lewis of Buffalo.
Cowboys have just used their last timeout, so they are flat out of timeouts, and the Chargers have a 1st down. And finally, we will get what for Don Coryell will be a true running situation.
I think this is a running down. Now, don't bet on it. Don't bet on it.
Well, Coryell's got to be pleased the way things have gone for San Diego this year.
It doesn't surprise me, and just visiting with him, he was so intense this week.
Muncie tripped up behind the line, but the Cowboys have no way of stopping the clock. Now, quickly, for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Frank, Raiders trail by a point. Chris Jarr, who missed an extra point, will attempt a 40-yard field goal. It is up, and it is good. With 16 seconds left, the Raiders win down, and they beat Denver. Now let's go back to Frank and Dick.
Well, Brent, the crowd is on his feet here. They sense a big victory. Very grim Tom Landry. He warned all week long, don't underestimate this team despite the injuries and despite the fact that Fouts is out of there.
You know,
Cowboys have no way to stop the clock, and this one is all but history.
You know, in talking with Don the other day,
the executive producer of the NFL on CBS, Terry O'Neill. Our senior producer, Charles H. Milton III. Our producer, Robert D. Stenner. Here in San Diego, our director, Joe Assetti. Thanks to those gentlemen for a fine job, along with Mitch Goldstein, Brooks Graham, Lance Barrow, and all of our friends. As the clock ticks away the final seconds of the San Diego Chargers' first ever victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and the first phone call that Don Coryell will get tomorrow will be from Joe Gibbs, I'll bet. That's it.
That's it. It's over.
So the Chargers take the early lead, and for the first time this year, the Cowboys can't come from behind, with the exception, of course, of their loss to the Los Angeles Raiders, 24-23. That's the final score. For Dick Vermeil, this is Frank Lieber saying so long for Jack Murphy Stadium. Stay tuned for the NFL Today wrap-up show.
lot of weekend driving and pretty heavy traffic, and everything's riding on my Goodyears. These racing tires give me the kind of handling I need. And during the week, I count on Goodyear Street Radio, because on the track or off, I feel better with the blimp behind me.
Get the blimp behind you. Come up to Goodyear.
You don't have to be a hotshot driver to have a big following.
This is how I give my business career an extra edge. If you're in shape, you've got the edge. Speed Stick deodorant gives you an edge, too. Speed Stick is wider than narrow sticks, gives you man-sized protection. The wide stick feels good going on, and it takes just a few strokes. It's a great value, too. In this world, a little extra edge is all you need.
Let the wide stick give you the edge. Speed Stick deodorant.
By Menon.
Right after this quick scoring update, 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety, except on the West Coast, where we'll be seen at its regularly scheduled time. When is the last time you heard them chant defense out in San Diego? I didn't know they even knew how to spell the word. And now the Dallas Cowboys have slipped into a tie with the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, San Francisco takes over first in the West, 27-0, pending the outcome of tomorrow's Ram-Atlanta Falcon game. And the Raiders, in dramatic fashion, you just saw 22-20 over the Broncos, so the Raiders now continue to lead the AFC West. The Washington Redskins move into that tie with the Cowboys. They pound the hapless Giants 33-17. The Green Bay Packers move into a tie with the Vikes in the NFC Central, 29-21, the final in that game. The Pittsburgh Steelers win for the 7th straight time, the hottest team in the NFL, 24-13 over the Colts. And St. Louis comes back, 33-28 over the Seattle Seahawks. The Hawks now trail the Raiders by 2 in the AFC West. Houston wins for the first time. They break that 17-game losing streak, 27-17 over Detroit. Detroit plays Green Bay next Sunday. Kansas City beats Cincinnati 20-15 was the final in that game. Cleveland shuts out Tampa Bay 20-0. New England beats Miami 17-6, and the Patriots now are a force in the AFC East. And Buffalo moves into a tie with Miami 24-17. They down the lowly Jets. And the Chicago Bears beat the Philadelphia Eagles for the second time this year, 17-14. And a reminder, next Saturday here on CBS, we will determine who is going to be taking on Illinois in the Rose Bowl. All Washington has to do to get to Pasadena, beat Washington State. Airtime at 3:30 Eastern Time here on CBS. And, of course, coming up next, 60 Minutes, you'll see it in its entirety. I'm Brent Musburger. We certainly hope that you've enjoyed the NFL Today on CBS. Have a nice week, everybody.
Now United flies to Tokyo from more top U.S. business centers. United's 3-class international service to Tokyo. It's truly world-class.
Be sure to watch a fascinating edition of 60 Minutes, the popular television news magazine that features Mike Wallace, Morley Safer, Harry Reasoner, and Ed Bradley this evening on CBS.
From the look, the style, the grace, you know immediately this is a thoroughbred. The Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme for 1984. For most of its history, Cutlass Supreme has been the most popular midsize in America. And as in all thoroughbreds, behind the style is performance. Every time you take a ride.
There is a special feel in an Oldsmobile.
This is the moment when you need the quick response and smooth acceleration that comes from Exxon unleaded regular gasoline. It has higher octane than most other unleaded regulars to help free your engine from knocking and pinging. And for even more octane, try Exxon Extra Unleaded. When the moment demands performance, get Exxon. Quality you can count on.
KDFW-TV, Channel 4, Dallas-Fort Worth.
You would think the last people in the world...
And in her role as a housewife.
The only thing I always remember about Lisa was how shy she was as a child. I mean, overly shy. Cry, you'd have to drag her to school, and not just one day, I mean every day. Just day after day, you had to pump her up to get her to school. And just never would believe that she'd be a cheerleader or anything in school after all as shy as she was is unbelievable.
you know, I never wanted to, I didn't even want to try out for cheerleader because I knew you had to go to camp for a week and I didn't want to be away from home for that long.
And it just amazes me because, I mean, when I see her on television and see her, I think, golly, you know, that is her. I mean, I know her. She's one of my real good friends.
She has a good, healthy outlook towards people, and it reflects in everything she does and in her attitude and in her, just in her general being every day. This attitude towards preferring people really above herself. And it's a good, healthy attitude that makes other people feel good. She spreads that feel-good feeling around.
There are places, you know, God has witnesses everywhere, in every business, in every walk of life, in every place there are witnesses. And, you know, this is just where He's placed me. And I do see a lot of areas where God, you know, needed a witness. And in the pageants during the week when the girls are there, you know, they're nervous and, you know, they don't have peace on the inside and they're nervous and, you know, it's a good place to witness. And I don't, you know, they come up and ask me, you know, I don't push anything on anybody because you can't talk anyone into believing anything.
I mean, I think Lisa's just beautiful on the outside, but, I mean, she's beautiful on the inside, too, and I feel that's what makes her really special.
But her sister fixed her up one time when she was about 6. As I recall, I don't think she was going to school, but that was the first time I'd ever seen her with her hair done and curled, and she had her teeth missing, but she had her mouth shut. And I took a picture of her, and she was all dressed up, and she was sitting very prim, and I still have that picture of her. And that was the first time it ever dawned on me that she might be pretty.
Everybody's opinion of, you know, of beauty is different. So a positive attitude, just go in and feel good about the way you look and the way you are, and you know, that's what you have going for you if you've got a positive attitude. And a negative attitude, it doesn't matter, you know, how beautiful you are on the outside. If you've got that negative attitude, you know, you just can't get ahead with that. I never wanted to be an entertainer, and I never wanted to be a star. You know, I never wanted to be a public speaker or anything like that. And so that's why I never really considered or thought or wanted to be in beauty pageants. If God wouldn't have me there, then that's fine, and I'll do my best.
Good luck, Lisa Allred, Miss USA World. We'll be right back with Miss World 1983 after station identification.
You're watching an exclusive presentation.
Well, what can I tell you about Mercedes? Brown hair, as you can see. The eyes, they're blue-gray. And Mercedes, 24 years of age and measuring up to 5 foot 10 inches. Mercedes, Miss Austria. And here's Miss Belgium, Françoise Bostou. 5 foot 9 inches in height, that's Françoise, with, as you can see, blonde hair, and the eyes, chaps, I'll tell you, they're brown. From Belgium, Françoise Bostou is 20 years of age. Miss Bolivia is Anna Tabuda Arnold. Beautiful brown eyes to go with that lovely hair. And Anna is 18 years old, measuring up to 5 foot 8 inches in height. Miss Brazil this evening, Katja Pedrosa. To go with that beautiful hair, the eyes are black. I can tell you that Katja is 5 foot 8 inches in height, and wait for a chap, she's 20 years of age. Now Miss Colombia, Roseo Luna Flores. Roseo's got that combination, once again, of brown hair and brown eyes. This young lady, 5 foot 8.5 inches in height and 18 years of age, Miss Colombia.
Nancy Lalliman-Haynes. Yes, this Dutch delight has blonde hair and green eyes. Nancy is 5'8.5" in height, and she's 18 years of age.
Miss Hong Kong, Miss Iceland, and Miss Ireland.
Miss Hong Kong, the lovely Maggie Jones. Maggie, who's been teaching me to say her name all day, and hopefully I've got it right. Maggie's got lovely brown eyes, and she's 19 years of age. I can also tell you that Miss Hong Kong is 5'6" in height. Miss Iceland is Una Steinsen. Una, brown hair and hazel eyes. At 5'8" in height, Miss Iceland is 20 years old. And it's Kate Miller-Foucher to Miss Ireland, Patricia Nolan. What do you put with Patricia's blonde hair? Well, being from Ireland, it's hardly surprising that her eyes are green. Patricia, 5'10" in height, and she's 19 years of age.
And now Miss Israel, Miss Jamaica, and Miss Panama.
And here's Miss Israel, Ifat Schechter. Ifat, brown hair, and she's got green eyes, by the way. Miss Israel is 5'9" in height, and she's just 20 years of age. This is Ifat Schechter. Now welcome Miss Jamaica, Catherine Levy. Catherine assuring me she's enjoying the cool of London after her sunny climate. Catherine is 21 years of age and 5'8" in height. And here's Miss Panama, Marisa Burgos. Well, my information says Marisa has brown hair, and she's got green eyes. She's 5'9" in height as Marisa, and she's 19 years of age. This is Miss Panama.
And the last three of the 15 semi-finalists, Miss United Kingdom, representing the United States of America, and Miss Yugoslavia.
Here's Miss United Kingdom, Sarah Jane Hutt. Sarah Jane with that popular combination of brown hair and brown eyes. Well, Sarah Jane is 5'8" in height and, wait for it, chaps, 19 years of age. From the United States of America, the lovely Lisa Allred. When she gets close to our camera, you'll see that this blonde Texan has blue eyes. Lisa, 22 years of age, 5'7" in height. And finally, Miss Yugoslavia, Bernarda Maroft. Bernarda, brown hair and blue eyes. Well, Bernarda's also 23 years of age, and she's tall, as you can see, chaps. 5 foot 11 inches in height is Miss Yugoslavia.
Miss World will continue in a moment with a touch of elegance.
Miss World 1983 from London is an exclusive presentation of Turner Network Television.
Odd. Distinctly odd. No sign of him. This way.
George C. Scott's a little off his rocker when he becomes a modern-day Sherlock Holmes.
A horse. A racehorse.
Watson, you're a genius. Joanne Woodward is Watson, a psychoanalyst who helps him solve the mystery as they chase a chain of endless clues in the delightful satire, They Might Be Giants. Tonight on the 10 p.m. movie.
In the beginning, choosing the right bank didn't seem that important. You just wrote the orders.
12 cases. Got them right here.
But as your business grew, so did the complexity.
60 cases. Let me check the computer.
And while you were outgrowing, maybe you outgrew your old bank's financing ability.
120 cases? Not until we get the money for that new warehouse.
Now's the time to talk to First City, because even if you didn't use us then, you could sure use us now. First City, reaching further, doing more.
You're gonna like the freedom when a new day is dawning. You're gonna like the freedom. Fresh coffee's here for you.
In our neighborhood, we start our day with 7-Eleven coffee. We love the fast service and delicious blend. What a way to start the day.
Come on, start your day with that great steaming brew at your 7-Eleven. Freedom's waiting for you.
You bailing me out. That's a switch.
Nobody takes these con men seriously.
Terrific! Terrific!
Except themselves.
This is a very important case.
I'm already working on a very important case.
Robert Wagner, Eddie Albert in Switch. Saturday night at 10.
We've seen our 15 semifinalists in their swimsuits, on a bus, in feathers, and even in the rain. But none of those are quite as elegant as what we're about to see.
Klagenfurt is Mercedes' hometown. Pure silk is the material that's been used for her dress. Its fitted bodice and puff sleeves in brilliant yellow. The dirndl skirt has a beautifully hand-printed apron.
Miss Belgium.
Comes from Roselauer. This dress has been designed especially for her by a well-known Belgian designer. You can see the front clearly, but it has a very low back too, but it's all heavily embroidered with silver. She's chosen to wear these long gloves with the deep frill, which complete the picture.
Miss Bolivia.
From Teresa in Bolivia. Basically a shimmering white moire dress for her. A very stylish puff sleeve and good contrast from the black inset on the sleeve. An unusual tulip-shaped skirt sports a double bow.
Miss Brazil.
Great deal of panache as Katia from Rio de Janeiro walks down in her dress, black and white, always a striking combination. Here it's used in this very cleverly designed satin dress. And the lowering of the train now as Katia walks forward towards us. dress in white for Rossi from El Banco in Colombia. It's in white organza and beaded exquisitely. Sequins and gold threads. Deep, flouncing skirt moves so well as Rossi walks along.
Miss Holland.
Nancy comes from Zaandam in Holland, and sparkles are certainly the order of the night. A dress designed for Nancy by her mother. The design in black satin, gold embroidery.
Miss Hong Kong.
Too, who comes from Hong Kong. Notice the soft, very feminine ruffles on the front. Make very pretty oval of one shoulder. The ruffles too around the front, the back, and along the side of the dress.
Miss Iceland.
From Reykjavik, a strapless gown for her, with just the halter neckline, the sequins. And there must be, I don't know how many, umpteen tiers of organza layered through the dress.
Miss Ireland.
Dublin's Patricia knows all about fashion, has chosen a striking electric blue net dress, appliqued with diamante. Lovely off the shoulder line with its deep frill. And the full skirt, exquisitely embroidered in silver.
Miss Israel.
Shows off Ifat, who comes from Tel Aviv's very good figure to perfection. Sparkling black sequins adorn it. No less than 4 tiers of flouncing frills at the hem.
Miss Jamaica.
Catherine comes from Kingston. A real shimmer is created by this gown. It's in silver. The two bow glittering straps emphasize Catherine's good shoulder line.
Miss Panama.
Satin is the choice of Marissa from Panama City. It's a beautiful, strong shade of blue. Notice the train, the very attractively embroidered sequins, making a good pattern.
Miss United Kingdom.
What a cheer for Sarah Jane from Poole in Dorset. She's chosen this gown with all her knowledge of fashion as a model. It's stunning red taffeta and chiffon, enhanced with this fine gold embroidery.
our representative from the United States of America.
These are from Fort Worth in Texas, very eye-catching. This stiffened white organza deep frill on her elegant black evening gown. It's accented with a slit at the back of the dress too, and worn with black evening gloves, creating a lovely frame to this frill around her face.
And the last of our semi-finalists, Miss Yugoslavia.
This is sheer black lace for Bernardo from Ljubljana, very effective calf-length dress. Fashionable shawl in the lace completes the outfit.
We'll be back with the real purpose behind Miss World in a moment.
The first time ever I saw your
Asia's Queen of Beauty is Miss Israel. Europe's Queen of Beauty is Miss United Kingdom. Oceania's Queen of Beauty is Miss Australia.
Well, here she is, the second runner-up to Miss World, Katya Pedrosa. Very happy.
First runner-up is Miss Colombia.
Another very happy lady, Rocio Luna Flores from Colombia.
And Miss World 1983 is... Miss United Kingdom.
Well, here she is, the happiest girl in the hall tonight, Sarah Jane Hutt from the United Kingdom, now Miss World, with prizes in excess of £30,000.
To reach this stage tonight, our new Miss World, Miss United Kingdom, has demonstrated talent, intelligence, grace, and a special radiance. She and all the contestants live their lives beautifully, and it shows. So tonight, Oil of Olay is awarding a $1,000 scholarship to Miss United Kingdom, Miss World 1983. Congratulations to Olay's Miss Radiance. And congratulations from all of us here at Turner Network Television to all the lovely contestants. And for the underprivileged and handicapped children,
certain circumstances and say, suppose and such happened with a set of circumstances, what might follow in a dramatic way? The only way to show our movie, and which is what are the effects of nuclear war, is to set up a scenario whereby there's a breakdown. We don't discuss whether deterrence is good or bad. There's no discussion about that. We don't even deal with that.
That's just the problem with the day after, according to John Fisher, president of the American Security Council, a privately funded pro-defense organization that supports the concept of peace through a strong deterrence, and says the film ignores that thesis.
There isn't even a pass that's saying, well, deterrence has served us very well up until now. It ends up as being a very strong political statement, regardless of what ABC intended. I'm not saying that ABC is wrong as far as their intentions are concerned. What I'm saying is the net effect is that an audience is going to be in great shape for the nuclear freezers.
I think that the real importance of this movie is that it touches people in this country who have not been politicized on this issue before. Most of the votes here in Congress on the MX missile and many other weapon systems come down to a dozen or 2 dozen votes, no more than that. It's not switching 435, it's just switching a handful of votes. This movie will help to make it more possible for us to move the political process, to telescope the time it takes to get those votes reflecting public opinion and to put an end to the arms race.
Markey has focused on 10 key states which house more than 1,000 nuclear missile silos. In the event of a nuclear war, those silos would be targeted for attack by the Russians. Those states also have 37 congressional seats which will be up for grabs in 1984. And Markey feels that after watching the day after, voters will elect candidates who support the nuclear freeze.
I must say that ABC, if they're trying to produce a one-sided film, they did a good job of it, and I sat there and I was moved. No one can watch flesh peeling off human beings, millions of people destroyed, if they're human, without being wiped out themselves. I came out drained, and I think everybody would feel the same way. I personally feel it's the #1 stroke for the nuclear freeze movement ever created in this country by anybody.
It has nothing to do with it. It's not discussed. It is never even brought up in this film.
Why on earth is the right so irritated at ABC? And they are really mad.
I think they are as irritated as the left seems to be overjoyed.
Brandon Stoddard talked with producer Harry Moses in Los Angeles.
Well, then, if the right is irritated and the left is overjoyed, then how can you, Brandon Stoddard, whose brainchild this was, sit here and insist that it is not a political movie?
I'll say again and again and again that it's not. It was never intended to be, and it isn't. It is a movie that says nuclear war is horrible. That's what it says.
How did you happen to write the day after?
I was approached by ABC, very straightforward fashion. They asked if I'd be interested in doing this project. And I had a long sympathy with disarmament movement, which I don't think ABC was aware of, but I saw it as a very fortunate coincidence of the right person at the right time.
Did you make them aware of your thinking?
No.
The Day After's writer Ed Hume does not deny his feelings about disarmament, but he says his script is not political.
No, I don't see that it was really political to say that you know, I was sympathetic with disarmament. I'm alarmed by the state of our defense policy, if you will. I think things are out of control, and I'm scared.
Many people in Europe are also scared. By the hundreds of thousands, they have demonstrated against the installation of America's Pershing II missiles in Europe. After their film had been completed, ABC deleted a line that referred to those Pershing II missiles.
I think they were nervous about the Pershing IIs.
Were you consulted about the removal of that line?
No.
Some people felt that that was political. We felt that in relationship to what the film was about, it was simply smarter and better for the interests of the film to delete it. Well, we did.
And why didn't they delay the film just 3 weeks until after the December installation of those Pershing II missiles?
November is a high viewing month. It is a time when there are lots of shows and people are watching television or attuned to television. And it seemed to us that was the best place to present it in terms of showcasing the film.
But it's a ratings month, it's a sweeps month, which means that the networks tend to put what they think is going to be their highest rated product on during those months, correct?
I think that's generally true. That is not true in the case of The Day After. This film is very difficult, as you know. It's very tough and it's grim. And generally, people who watch television like to watch something that's very entertaining and light and pleasant and sometimes thought-provoking. But you can't come up with, I don't think, a more difficult subject matter. And I think the way we treated it has been pretty realistic. I don't think that's an instant, automatic turn-on for an audience. I really don't.
Do you plan to speak to the management at ABC about the film?
No, but we do plan to request equal time under the fairness doctrine of all the ABC affiliates that carry it. And we'll be interested also in determining who those major American companies are who spend their dollars derived from the American public to support, to sponsor that program. It'll be interesting to see what industries, what companies would spend dollars on a one-sided political statement that really defames the President's Peace Through Strength initiative and really flies in the face of what is happening right now in Europe in the deployment of intermediate missiles.
ABC wouldn't tell us what major companies, if any, bought time in The Day After, but they say it's more than half sold out. Brandon Stoddard says that ABC will air the movie no matter what.
If there was not a spot sold in this, would you go ahead and air it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to go on the air.
Swallow the $7 million.
It's going to go on the air.
And not just in the United States. On December 2nd, The Day After will open in 30 movie theaters throughout West Germany, just a few weeks before the scheduled installation of American